The great John Campbell story, Who Goes There?, has been made in 1954 as The Thing from Another World, and then The Thing, and then the remake of The Thing, and then Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien versus Predator. It's all Who Goes There? We need new themes, and we need brilliant minds to be stimulated by the old brilliant minds and to come up with new ideas, because science fiction points the future to the future direction for scientists.
Over the last 30 years, Ed Marsh has accumulated what has become one of the most significant science fiction collections in the world. He is donating a large portion of the collection to San Diego State University's Love Library.
This collection is very relevant to our curriculum and to our research interests. We have a history of science fiction in our teaching and in some of the authors who have graduated from San Diego State. For instance, Greg Bear, J. Michael Straczynski. We have a number of people who are very famous science fiction authors. But this collection is really a defining collection for research at San Diego State.
The central figure of the collection is science fiction master L. Ron Hubbard.
I started collecting him fiercely, and the more I found out about him, the more I began learning about others associated with him. I found out that he was really part of a science fiction society of writers. All the gents that started writing, well, not in these, but in later editions of the sci-fi pulps, astounding science fiction, unknown, so on, that he helped along Robert Heinlein in writing. And that Hubbard himself was helped along by John Campbell, the senior editor at Street and Smith. So it just started growing out.
Marsh's collection includes many signed first editions of authors such as Arthur C. Clarke, Ray Bradbury, Ernest Hemingway, and Albert Einstein. It also includes press clippings, notes, and autographs.
As a collector, I adore the inscriptions, and that's where the author has made a presentation of this particular book or has been asked to sign it for a fan or a relative or a friend or an associate. And some of them really tell tales. There's one, Death's Deputy by Hubbard, where he says to a great sailor, a gentleman, and an extremely tolerant landlord. Washington, D.C., 1949, and then he signed. I mean, that tells you something, doesn't it?
It really is a collection where people can look at first editions. They can compare those editions to the changes that were made in later editions. They can study manuscripts related to the authors to those editions. They can see the social and political events that were influencing the authors at the time and over the evolution of their different works.
There's a manuscript by Robert Heinlein that he typed himself, he drafted himself, and he added his own handwritten notes. And the title of this is Discovery of the Future. And it's a very famous speech. It's the most famous speech by Heinlein, certainly, and maybe in the entire genre.
There's so much that could be called that wow piece. There is a Jules Verne work that is one of two known in the world. There's a George Orwell first edition signed of Animal Farm.
The collection will eventually be displayed in the Edward Marsh Golden Age of Science Fiction Room in Love Library.
This is a collection that will have worldwide renown, that will define not only the research collections of San Diego State, but will be a significant collection in California and in the country.